What's going on, guys? Brett from BFit here. I'm here with my friend Audra from Autonomy Pelvic Health, here to help you guys today to learn about the top 3 exercises to do in replace of doing Kegels.
Hey guys, so I'm going to show you 3 different exercises that you can do to help keep your pelvic floor happy and strong. One of the reasons why I don't recommend people do Kegels is because, number one, Kegels just aren't really a functional exercise. You can do all the Kegels correctly, but it's only going to get you so far because pelvic floor connects with the whole body, so we need to take a whole body strengthening approach. Number two, a lot of people have a pretty tight pelvic floor, so if we continue to try to contract a really tight muscle, that muscle's just going to get irritated, which that can make issues like urinary leakage, pelvic pain, things like that a lot worse. So let me show you the first exercise. We're going to go ahead and get on the ground to do a glute bridge. So for this first exercise, we're going to be doing a glute bridge. Research actually shows that glute bridges are a better way to strengthen your pelvic floor than Kegels alone. So what you're going to do is you're going to get into this position where you're on your back, your knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor, okay? Making sure your feet aren't all the way out here or super close to your butt, okay? What you want to do is I like to have people engage their core right before they start. So you're going to take a nice breath in to your ribs. Exhale, ribs closed, cores engaged. Hold that throughout the exercise. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take another inhale, then exhale. You're going to lift your hips up off of the floor, pushing your feet into the floor, feeling those glutes engaged, making sure pelvis is nice and stable. We're not wobbling everywhere. And then you're going to slowly come back down to the floor, making sure we're also not leading up with the back like this, because if you do that, you're going to feel the low back engaged and not the pelvic floor. The second exercise I like to give people to make their pelvic floor stronger without Kegels are squats. So you can do any variation of squats, whether it's squatting down into a chair, squatting with a kettlebell, having your legs wide, it doesn't matter, but let me show you a really easy way to do this. So if you want to get into your squat position, I like to have my feet about hip width apart. And what you're going to do is set your core first, right? You're going to take a breath into the ribs. Exhale. Ribs closed, core is engaged, and you want to think about squatting, having your knees and hips break at the same time. So I'm going to come down to what's comfortable. Then I'm going to exhale, push my feet into the floor to bring myself back up. I like to make sure my chest is staying nice and high and that my spine is staying neutral. Okay. And now the third exercise is a hip hinge. So again, you can do any type of variation hip hinge because this is going to be helpful for the pelvic floor, but I'm just going to show you a standard hip hinge. So what I like to do for these is have my feet about hip width apart. So I'm going to stand here. And what I'm thinking about with a hip hinge is making sure I'm moving at my hips and not just my back, all right? So I'm going to start with my knees slightly soft. I'm going to engage my core. So remember, we're going to take that breath in, into the ribs, exhale, close everything. And then what I'm going to think about is shifting my hips back like I'm trying to break the wall behind me. My hamstrings are engaged, my glutes engaged. And then what I'm going to do is shift my hips back forward, push my feet into the ground to help me come back up. So again, we want to make sure spine is neutral, chest stays up, coming back up, making sure we're not rounding the spine this way or this way as we're going into our hinge movement.